If you're in the market for a new mountain bike or simply looking to upgrade, it's easy to be overwhelmed by the sheer amount of options on offer. There's a lot to consider, including the travel of your mountain bike, what size wheels to go for, and the geometry that best suits the terrain local to you. So we've come up to the Victorian High Country to take you through the three most popular types: XC, Trail and Enduro bikes. Each bike is designed to best suit a particular trail type. Frames are shaped to put the rider in the best position for those trails, while wheels and other components are added to the bike based on the advantages they provide within the style of riding the trails dictate. There is overlap, of course. You're not locked into a single style of riding the bike is designed for. You can take each one out of its comfort zone to a significant degree. However, along with their advantages, each bike has its limitations. So it's best to be informed before making your purchase, not only about the bikes, but the trails you're most likely to ride. Traditionally, cross-country races are mass start events on long, arduous courses that test the endurance, bike handling, and skill of the riders. Recreationally, however, cross-country riding can simply mean long, meandering journeys on non-technical tracks or even fire roads. So cross-country bikes are tailored for smoother, longer trails and built to be light and efficient. Efficient speed is the name of the game for cross-country bikes, so geometry says a shorter wheelbase, shorter reach, and a steeper seat tube angle, putting the rider in a position to push more power down other pedals. The shorter wheelbase combined with the steep head angle add to the bike's handling capabilities as well. Frames are built with weight in mind, so lighter materials are favoured and riders can often, but not always, do away with dropper posts in an effort to save some grams. If you come from a road cycling background, you'll know that roadies are obsessed with stiffness in a bike because it's more efficient. The stiffer a frame is, the more power from your pedal stroke converts to horizontal movement. The same principle applies to mountain bike frames. That's why many cross-country bikes are hardtails. The rigid back end provides more bang for your buck as you pedal. However, racers and amateurs alike often sacrifice stiffness for greater comfort and descending capability with the addition of a rear shock. Travel at both ends of the bike is shorter to maintain the spirit of efficiency, with both the fork and the frame providing between 100 and 120 mils of travel. Onto the wheels, and more often than not, these days you'll find 29-inch wheels on cross-country bikes. This is in service to the more speed, less energy approach, but 29 is carrying momentum better than smaller options. Tyres will generally have less tread, minimising rolling resistance, but still have enough grip for single track riding. On the other end of the spectrum, we have Enduro bikes. Where cross-country bikes are designed with ascending in mind, it's descending that's the main consideration for Enduro bikes. Like XC racing, Enduro racing happens on long, arduous courses. However, only the downhill sections of the course are timed. So Enduro bikes are tailored to be rideable uphill and extremely capable downhill. Geometry on an Enduro is designed around speedy downhill stability. Compared to a cross-country frame, the wheelbase is longer, providing a more stable platform. The head angle is much slacker, aiding downhill handling and speed, and the reach is longer, putting the rider in a more aggressive position. Dropper posts are essential on Enduro bikes. They enable the rider to pedal uphill in a seated position, as well as shift their weight around on a descent without worrying about the seat getting in the way. The suspension is substantial for gnarly descents, with 140 to 160 mils of travel common on the front and similar numbers at the rear. Tyres have much more tread and width for better grip through corners and over obstacles. Wheels were traditionally 27.5 inches in diameter, but 29 is becoming more popular. 29ers provide more traction, greater rollover ability on technical obstacles, and a smoother ride due to the increased air volume. 27.5 inch wheels, on the other hand, are more nimble, typically stronger, and can be paired with longer travel. The jury's still out on which size is better, with debate still strong in the mountain bike community. If you're unsure, have a chat with your local bike store for advice on what suits the trails you're likely to ride. A trail bike sits between a cross-country and enduro bike. They're designed to be versatile, perfectly balancing both climbing and descending. As a jack of all trades, they're equally at home on techie climbs as they are on feature-heavy descents, but they're not the perfect tool for either. The geometry reflects their versatility. Not quite as steep as an XC bike, not quite as slack as an enduro. It's worth noting that some trail bikes will have a geometry favouring the enduro end of the spectrum, while others may lean towards the cross-country side. In the end, it comes down to the manufacturer. However, in general, you're safe in assuming that a trail bike will be quite capable at descending. Dual suspension is common on trail bikes with travel between 120 and 140 mm, both at the fork and at the frame. Downhill handling is improved by a dropper seat post, a relatively slack head angle, a short stem and wide bars. Onto wheels, and we have the same choice of either a 27.5 inch or 29er wheels, both being common on trail bikes. Tyre widths will typically sit in excess of 2.3 inches wide and feature a knobblier tread than those found on an XC machine. If you're in the market for your first mountain bike, your most important consideration is the type of trails you want to ride. This would dictate the style of riding you're likely to do, and therefore the kind of bike that will best suit that purpose. If you're keen to rack up the Ks and elevation on fire roads, mild single track and less technical trails, we recommend a cross-country bike. If you're looking at hitting the corners, drops, berms and jumps and getting excited on descents, then an enduro bike is probably what you're after. However, if it's the flexibility and versatility to take your bike pretty much anywhere, then it's hard to beat a trail bike. If you're still unsure, spend the time to rent different bikes or contact your local bike shop about upcoming demo days. This will give you a better feel for which style of bike you enjoy the most. So that's that. We hope that this video has given you a better understanding of the 3 different types of mountain bikes on offer. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more bike content from us here at Bike Exchange.